It all started with a house, an old, silent house that stood on Black Hill for more than 100 years. Locals said the house was cursed. They said anyone who entered it never stayed the same again. But for Daniel, a young filmmaker, it was just the perfect location for his next horror movie. One cloudy evening, Daniel packed his camera, flashlight, and recording gear. He drove alone toward Black Hill. The road was empty, surrounded by fog and dead trees that looked like they were whispering. When he reached the house, the air felt heavy like someone was watching him. Inside, the house smelled of dust and rain. Wooden floors creaked with every step. He set up his camera near the living room, pointing toward a large mirror that hung crooked on the wall. The mirror was strange old, cracked, and covered in faint fingerprints. Daniel spoke to his camera, saying, "Day 1 exploring the haunted house of Black Hill." His voice echoed through the empty halls. Hours passed as he filmed every corner, but when he checked his camera later, something was wrong. In one clip behind him a shadow was moving, slow, human-shaped, but darker than night. He froze. He looked back, nothing. He replayed the clip again. The shadow was still there. This time it was closer. The next night, Daniel stayed again. This time he began hearing whispers. They came from the mirror. "You shouldn't be here." A voice said softly. He turned around, terrified, but the house was still. When he looked back at the mirror, he saw himself, smiling, but he wasn't smiling. Daniel ran out of the room, heart pounding. The doors began slamming shut one by one. The lights flickered. The floorboards groaned as if the house was breathing. He hid inside a small room upstairs. Through his camera lens, he could see something, a figure moving in the hallway. It looked like him, holding the same camera, walking slowly toward the room. The real Daniel whispered, "Who are you?" The figure whispered back from the hallway, "I'm you. But you stayed too long." The door burst open and the camera fell. The last thing recorded was a distorted face in the mirror, whispering his name again and again. The next morning, Daniel's car was still parked outside. The police found his camera, still recording. The last clip showed the house. But now Daniel was in the reflection, standing quietly behind the mirror, watching. No one ever went back to the house on Black Hill. But sometimes, when fog covers the hill, locals say they still see a light inside and a man's voice saying, "Day 1. Exploring the haunted house of Black Hill."